Alright, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through some of the steps that I take whenever I build a WordPress theme. And one of the first things that I do is I go to themeforest.net, which is a really nice site for themes for WordPress. So they have a lot of different themes on here. They have WordPress, they have Joomla, they have a lot of different stuff. But what I usually do is I'll go in here in WordPress and I'll go find a theme that I like for a client. And this is actually kind of like one of the processes that I enjoy doing because it allows me to see what technology's out as far as design and jQuery and all the different effects and responsive themes and you know really kind of stay on the cutting edge of what web developers are doing for WordPress. So what I did last night is I went and I downloaded about 5 different themes that I thought worked for one of my clients. And so basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be redesigning alcchurch.org. Now this website was an old Joomla install, and it's got Flash, and it's got a bunch of content, it's got a bunch of pages, and I built this website back in, I believe, 2007 or 8. I'm not really sure what year it was, but so basically what we're going to be doing now is trying to find a theme. The church is moving away from this ALC Church logo that we did, and they're going more into this new Abundant Life Cathedral the Church of Tomorrow. So we're looking for a theme that kind of represents what the Church of Tomorrow is. So what I did yesterday was I went and I downloaded about 5 different themes. And what I generally do is I'll take these themes and I'll go through each one of them manually from ThemeForest, and then I'll do a preview on the theme, and I'll try to find something that I think works for the client. So this was one of the themes that I found. It's called Risen Theme, and one of the features that I look for in a theme is obviously what it has. This one has sermons and audio capabilities. This one has video capabilities. It's got a lot of different really cool features that I like, that I think are going to work for the client. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the home page. This one I think also has video. Yeah, this one has video capabilities in it too, which is really cool. You don't see that very much in sites, and depending on the type of site that you're going to build, this could be perfect or not. Another thing that I always look for in a theme is whether or not it's responsive. So you'll see here, this website, it flows, but then it also scales for iPad. So if you're on an iPad, you'll see that this site's going to scale, and it's also going to scale for iPhone. So that's what responsive means. It means this website is flexible and can be used on multiple devices. So Google in the Webmaster Tools section, and highly consider responsive themes and responsive websites user friendly, because you only have one set of style sheets. You have one website that basically can support all the themes, or all the devices. So Google sees that as one of the primary ways to build a really nice website. So if you're going to do something, you're going to build a site, you're going to want to keep that in mind, because search engine rankings and page load time and all that kind of stuff is going to be an integral part of how you rank in the search engine. So this is how we start. So this is a nice theme. It's got an events calendar, gallery news. If you kind of walk through each one of these themes, and you can see which one has the features that you like. We didn't really like Rebirth. That one didn't really work for me. We downloaded this one as well. This was Nick's, I think. It's a church theme. This one had some features we did like. You'll see we always look kind of for like the navigation What do the drop downs look like? What kind of page elements does it have? They generally have a lot of different pre-built pages and shortcodes. Shortcodes will help the development time. Uh, if you're looking to build a site, always go to the contact page as well to see if they have a map, what kind of contact form they have, and also what kind of widgets they have on this page. So they may have some nice features on that page. Also, so that's a nice theme. This one also is responsive. You can see it scales for iPad, and then it'll scale down for iPhone. And so this is not a bad theme. If you were going to click, go back home, this is basically what it would look like on an iPhone. So in an iPad, scroller still works, and then the full desktop version of what the theme looks like. So that theme is not the theme that we decided to go with. Born was another theme that I liked, which we didn't go with either. But I think with the theme we are going to go with is this one right here, and this one's called Incarnation. Now, this was a nice theme. This one had a lot of the features that we liked. It looked kind of like the Church of Tomorrow. It's got the modules down here with links to different pages, and then it's got most recent blog. It's got module over here of upcoming events, and then it's got sermons, which was really cool. So we really kind of like this with the audio and the way it functions, and the modules down here in the footer. The thing about these themes, this one also is responsive. It does do a full screen, but it also works for the iPad. So this is basically what it would look like on an iPad, and then it scales down. You can see how the navigation kind of jumps. It scales down for iPhone, so that's basically what it would look like on an iPhone. You still get all the features and modules, just a little slimmer for the handheld. So this is the theme I think we're going to go with. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go deposit some money in my ThemeForest account, and I'm going to buy this theme. So if I hit purchase theme, log into my ThemeForest account, now ThemeForest requires you to have a PayPal account, or I think you can use a credit card too, I'm not sure. But right now I got $6.50 in my account, so I'm going to go ahead and make a deposit. Go see how much that theme is. Incarnation. It's a $50 theme. Wow, that's one of the most expensive themes I've ever bought. So we'll go ahead and deposit $50 in our account. I'll make it 60. Fuck it. Alright, and then we'll go purchase. It'll ask you for your PayPal information. You just enter your PayPal information. If you already have an account, makes it easy because my PayPal account is already hooked up. So we'll just log in to our PayPal account. It'll ping PayPal to say, do you want to pay later? Say no. Instant transfer from my bank account. Pay now. So now we have $60 in our account. So you'll see up here it says $66.50. We'll go back here, and we'll purchase the theme. Buy with prepaid credits. Hit OK. So now the theme is bought. So I can hit download, and it's going to download the theme to my computer. I'll make a new folder here called ALC Church. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this theme from my downloads. And put it here inside this folder. Okay, so that's that for buying themes. We don't have to worry too much about that anymore now. You'll notice that if you look at this theme, get a good look at it the way it looks now, because it's not going to look like that when we install it. That's the one thing that is good, and one thing that's bad about these themes is this theme will not look like this when I install it. The problem is this has a bunch of content already integrated into the database. It's been configured to look like this, When we install ours, it's probably not going to look like this. It's going to take a little bit of time to configure the theme, get all the pages set up. Sometimes you can look at the features of what the developer incorporated into the theme, and you'll see key features here. Translation ready, so that means we can do it in multiple languages. It has audio and video sermons, event calendar. It's a multi-language site, community forum, responsive design, a bunch of different responsive slideshows. So you saw the slideshow was also scalable for mobile, which is good. You can do multiple slideshows, 10 predefined skins, supports video from any major video hosting service, which is good. You have a template builder, which allows you to build pages. So if you have a page that you want to build and you want to put 4 pictures across the top and a couple of columns, you can do that with the page builder. So that comes in handy when you have a lot of content. You have a custom widgets, combo widget, news widget, portfolio, advertising, Twitter. Those are going to come in handy as well. RSS feed count, Twitter, unique sidebars. So there's a bunch of different features in here. It's built with the code is built with the best practices in mind. So generally the developer will put the most important elements at the top, and the way the code is arranged helps the SEO. So as long as the developer has good SEO coding in mind, the site will be a success. So that's always a good thing to see. And then you can scroll down here and you can see some documentation and some of the other things that they've updated. If you go here, you can look at their support and see what's been updated and stuff like that. So you'll see here, search engine optimization. The theme is built with best SEO practices in mind. They use semantic valid HTML code and CSS, so search engines can index the content of the site with ease. Important content is always placed before unimportant in your source code, i.e. H1 tags, H2 tags, and such. The site also uses heavy internal site linking, which is also good, vital for search engines. With this WordPress theme, you are well equipped to get high Google rankings. So, when a developer can put that in there, and then that's always a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and go with this theme. I'm happy with the purchase, and hopefully I can get it to look the way it needs to look. So next, what we're going to do is go back to alcchurch.org, which is our client, and then we're going to install WordPress, because right now we're using Joomla here in the index directory. So we're going to install the new website in a subdirectory and start developing there in a subdirectory. Generally what I would do though is sometimes I would use a different domain name so that we don't mess up the statistics for the website, but I can usually sort out what URL is being developed under. So what we'll do now is go to our control panel for our web hosting and install WordPress. So what we'll do is we'll go to we'll open a new tab and we'll go to alcchurch.org / we'll go to our control panel, and you log into your control panel, which is at your web host, and this is the back end of our control panel. So we'll go ahead and hide some of these details, and then so back here is basically where you would control your email and your webmail and your spam and your email forwards and website statistics and password protect directories and databases. Now we're gonna come back to this database section here because it's one of the most important sections when developing a WordPress blog. So what I'm going to do now though is one of my web hosts has a thing called Fantastico. Let's see here, Fantastico web apps. Install and manage web apps. So what they do is they allow you to install apps fairly easily. See, easily install many popular apps such as WordPress and Drupal. I do it both ways. I sometimes use the web apps installer, and I sometimes do it manually. I'm probably going to create a separate video about how to install WordPress manually, but today I think I'm going to go ahead and do it with the easy installer. So just click WordPress. It automatically gives you the latest version, which is 3.5. Just hit install now, and so it's going to ask you some of the prefixes, some of the install questions. So basically what we're going to do here is it's going to ask you what domain. If you have subdomains, you can put it in a subdomain, but I have the primary domain, which is with the www or without the www, but I'll do it with the www. This will ask you what directory you want to put it in, and we'll put it in, let's see if there's a blog directory already. No, there's not a blog directory. So what we're going to do now is we're going to install it in the blog directory. So it'll ask me what database name. I'll just leave that the way it is. Prefix tables, we'll call this ALCL Abundant Life Cathedral. And we'll say the Church of Tomorrow. So this is the default site name and description for WordPress. This is if you want to enable multi-site. Wow, that's pretty cool. They actually give you an option to enable multi-site, which I don't think we will. It does add some issues whenever you're building the site. There's no reason right now for us to use multi-site, but that's good to know right there. Admin account, and then I'll go ahead and set my password, my admin email, language, email installation, we'll put that back to me again, which is email the instructions, but you don't really need that, so we'll just say install. Now the software, the auto install software, is going to do all the database setup. It's going to set the password for you. It's going to do everything you need to have a dry, clean install of WordPress in the subdirectory called blog. So you'll see up here I put the subdirectory called blog, gave the site a name, and set my admin login password. So now everything's installed. It gives you the 2 URLs that you need, and we're ready to rock and roll. So let's go back to alcchurch.org/blog, and the site should be installed. So this is what WordPress looks like, obviously, with the default 2012 theme, I believe. So not a big fan of this theme. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but you know, I guess the simpler the better. I'm a big fan of the 2011 theme, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and log into the admin panel and set the theme to 2011 just to show you what it looks like. So if you go to WordPress, or to your blog, basically alcchurch.org/blog, and then wp-admin, that's going to be your WordPress admin control panel. So you log into your WordPress backend with the username and password that you set up earlier, and it's going to launch you right into the home page. So this is WordPress, the dashboard. So what I generally do is I go in here and I start to clean up some stuff. So you'll see in here, it'll walk you through some of the things if you want to write a post or anything like that, but I usually dismiss this first message, and then all these windows down here you don't really need. So if you go up here to screen options, I'll clean all that up. I'll just WordPress news, I don't need that. Recent drafts, quick press, I don't use. Incoming links, recent comments, I don't use any of that. And plugins. So that's about, I pretty much delete everything. So I think we'll leave quick press. We'll leave that on, and then we'll close this, and that's basically WordPress, the default install. And then you'll see we have some ones here. That means there's some updates that need to be had. So we'll click plugins and we'll update. I delete Hello Dolly. I just do that by default because I don't really use it. Askimet. Oh, we don't want to delete that. No, return me to the plugin list. We'll update Askimet because it's a service you have to pay for, and it helps with spam. So I usually leave it just in case a client wants to activate it. Go back to the dashboard. We got another update that we need to make. So what do we got here? Themes. Everything seems to be good. Home. So we don't have any more ones. Let's go to themes here. See what's going on here. So here's our 2011 theme. We'll go ahead and activate that one because I like that. So now we're using 2011 theme. We go back to our blog and refresh. So now we're in 2011. You see this little bar up here. This is your dashboard bar. It's always going to be there whether or not you're in your site. So if you're now navigating around your site, you can always get to your control panel. So go to the dashboard. And play around with that. Now what I'm going to do is go over here and open up my ALC Church theme that we bought, and I'm going to unzip it. Now you always want to unzip your theme when you buy something because there's always going to be stuff inside of that folder. So you'll notice here inside of the zip folder we have documentation, the actual theme that we're going to install, the license, and the PSD, which is good because you can always go in and change the logo. The logo is one of the most important PSDs that you can get because we're going to need to change that out. So documentation, if you ever have questions or anything, so what I'll do is I'll open another theme, open another window here, and I'll take this documentation.index.html and drop it in here. Just in case I have any questions, I can walk through here and it'll teach me everything I need to know about setting up the theme. Installation, so we'll just keep that open just in case we want to refer back to it. And one of the first things is unzip the folder, blah blah blah. Setting up your theme options. Okay, so here's where we're going to start. Now I'm going to jump back here. I'm going to install themes, upload, choose desktop. ALC Church, Theme Forest, Incarnation. So this is actually after we unzip the first zip file, we got inside of there with all of our folders, and now we have the actual theme that we want to install. So you open that, upload that into your Install Themes Manager, and hit Install. And you'll see the little circle here loading. That means it's installing. I mean, it's got to upload a bunch of files and stuff. So be patient. You'll see down here in the corner of the bar, it's almost done. And now it's unpacking, it's installing, and the theme is installed successfully. So we can go to return to the themes page, and you'll see now that we have Incarnation installed, which is a beautiful thing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to activate this theme. So now this theme recommends the following plugins: BB Press Forum, begin installing plugins, activate installed plugins. So let's go install BB Press Forum. So we'll go back to the plugins, install BB Press Forum software, and it does it automatically for you. So now if we go to our plugins, oh shit, let's go back. Okay, so now let's go to begin installing plugins. You don't have submission permission. Okay, close that. Home. Okay, so it looks like our plugin installed. So if we go to plugins, you'll see now we have BB Press. Clicking on one of the wrong buttons there. So now we have Askimet, which we were going to delete, but it's not active. So if we wanted to activate this later, we could. And then now we have BB Press, which is going to be for the discussion forum, which is one of the Incarnation's features. So if we go now to our home page, we go back to alcchurch.org/blog, you're going to see now this is what incarnation looks like with no content. So we go to home page, and we go to sample page, and that's it. That is our site. It's a big difference compared to what the other one looked like, right? So what we got to do now is we got to configure everything. So what we're going to be looking at is you see Incarnation now has installed some sections here. So we have sermons, which is where we'll upload all of our audio for sermons. You can do add new sermon. You can categorize the sermons. Here's our discussion forums with topics and replies. And then let's see what theme options we have. So Incarnation actually installed all of these, plus BB Press installed these here. So we're actually, themes that have all these types of settings make it really fun, or not fun, but easy, and kind of, you know, you can go through, oh, and see, now we can import dummy text, which is another good feature. So when I was talking about how this theme doesn't look like Incarnation, what I can do now is I can go back to this theme and I can say, hey, and it says if you're new to WordPress or have problems creating posts and pages that look like the theme preview, you can import dummy posts and pages here, and it would definitely help to understand how these tasks are done. So let's go ahead and do that. Import dummy data. So now it's installing all of the dummy data so that the site looks like what we were going to buy, instead of just being like a bland kind of theme with no pages or blog posts or anything like that. That's a beautiful thing. Now if we go and we refresh, our site should look like what it looked like when we went to go buy it. So we're at alcchurch.org/blog, and we have an exact duplicate copy of, well, somewhat a copy, not exact, but it's getting there, of what Incarnation should look like on our servers when we're ready to modify it. So what we'll do next is we'll probably change out the logo. We'll add, we'll go through all the pages, make sure everything's working. Our calendar. You can do list view. I think one of my buddies said he likes the list view better, so we'll work on that. Sermons. We've got some audio already pre-installed under sermons. So if we go to now, if we go to our theme and we click sermons, we should have a list of sermons now of dummy data that we can go in and see how they set it up. So we got sermon categories, and then we've got featured media here. So if we want to attach a file, this is where our audio file is for our sermon. Looks like we're doing MP3s with a screenshot. Pretty straightforward. We got forums. Let's see where the forum is on our site here. Forum. So now we have a discussion forum. So we have BB Press with some dummy data in it, and then people can log in and register for the forum. So these are some nice widgets here. So BB Press has some really good features. It adds some stickiness to the site. People can register to discuss topics and post pictures, I'm assuming, and do a lot of different things with this theme. So really excited about that. Let's get out of here. /blog. Okay, blog, sermons. Wonder if these are going to load. Events. Okay, so obviously some of our buttons are still referencing the old. So what we got to do now is we got to go into our menus. So if we go and we look in our menu system, these are all of our menus. So no drop downs, Incarnation socket menu. Wonder where that's at. So now we have, let's go back to the beginning here. We've got pages. These are all of our pages. This is our dummy data. So if you go and you look at our blog here, so even our home button is wrong. So sometimes what will happen is you'll notice that we're on our site right now, alcchurch.org/blog. But what's happening is every time I click home on our site, if you look down here in the corner to the left, it goes to the old developer, the guy who sold me the theme. So to easily fix that, we can go to Settings, General, make sure this is right, our WordPress site, and if that's right, then you go and you check your menu. And so what happens is in our menu, we need to make sure that the menu that we're using, which is Home, Event, Sermon, and Forum. So we have Home, Event, Sermon, and Forum, and so we need to open up Home, and obviously it's right here. It's wrong. So this is a manual URL, basically a custom link. You can add it to the menu, but we need to update that. So it's alcchurch.org/blog, and that's going to be our home page button. So we want to go ahead and save that. Come here, refresh, and we should be able to go home now on our own blog. So we're home now. So when I roll over this button, you'll see down in the left-hand corner it says alcchurch.org/blog. Now, same thing with events. Sermons is fine. Forums is wrong. So we can actually go ahead and update all of these. Let's see, alcchurch.org/events. I'm assuming though too that the permalinks are activated, so we need to go ahead and double check the permalinks. If you're not familiar with permalinks, see now this button has events on it, but it goes nowhere because this is a search engine friendly URL. So what we need to do now is we need to go activate permalinks. Permalinks are a way for you to set up all your pages as search engine friendly URLs. So if you go to pages and you look at, for instance, About Us, this URL right here is a permalink. And what happens is when you don't have permalinks activated, you don't have URL rewrite in your .htaccess file on your server. And it's an invisible file that you can't see unless you have a certain type of FTP client, file transfer client. So what happens is WordPress makes it pretty easy for you to go in and say, okay, I don't want these query string looking URLs. I want something a little bit more search engine friendly, like alcchurch.org/blog/about us. But you can't change that until you update your permalink structure. So what we do now is, this is the default setting, which is a query string URL, and it's calling a certain page ID number with PHP, and it's sending it back to the browser or whatever. So what I generally do most of the time is I'll do post name, and if you click post name, you'll see here how now it enters alcchurch.org/blog, and then this here, which is post name. And I believe that's some sort of variable or PHP or something. I don't know how that calls that in, but now it's just going to give me the permalink ID for that page and how I specify it. And when I hit custom structure and I hit save, it's going to write a .htaccess file on my server that allows me to do URL search engine friendly URLs or URL rewrites. So I hit save. There's been a file automatically created on my server now. I could open it up and show you, but you take my word for it. So now if we go to pages and we go to About Us, now you'll see my permalink has changed up here. It's no longer a query string URL, but it's actually a nice, friendly, search engine friendly URL. So what I'll do now is I'll do edit, and instead of about-us, I'll just do About Us, or I'll just do about. So that's my permalink now. So if you hit update, and then we come over here and we go back to our blog and we hit refresh, I'm going to show you now that, well, we don't even have an About section. Oh, here we go, About Us. You can see down in the left-hand corner, lcchurch.org/blog/about. So if I click that, my URL up here is search engine friendly. But, you know, alcchurch.org/about, maybe search engines aren't going to be searching for the word about, but I might change it to something like about ALC Church or about Abundant Life or something like that, so that when I really start to sculpt the URLs and how I want the search engines to find each specific page, that's whenever that tool really comes in handy. Okay, so that's permalinks. We got the theme installed. We got the blog installed. We got the site rocking and rolling right now. We got a bunch of content in here. We got a bunch of comments here that we need to clean up. These are just all dummy data comments, so we don't really need those right now. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and just select these and move them to the trash. So this is comments, probably just for testing, just to set the theme up, see what it looks like. So now all of our comments are in the trash. I'll go empty them out of the trash now too, just to get rid of them, and so that cleans that up. So we don't have to worry about comments. Now, if you want, if you have a page that you want to enable commenting, for instance, like our About Us page, right now commenting is turned off. So if you go to Pages, About Us. Well, the easier way is quick edit and then allow commenting. So that page doesn't even have a way to display commenting on that. So if you hit update, blog post is the same. If you have hello world, quick edit, you can do turn off commenting here. So my battery just died on my mouse, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video. I'm going to pick it back up with cleaning up the rest of this dummy content and getting this website configured and getting all the pages set up so that we can start plugging in our content from the old ALC Church website. So I hope this was helpful. I know it's kind of long. It's one of my first WordPress videos, so I'm looking forward to sharing more information with you. If you want to check out my website, it's marketinghouston.com. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/marketinghouston. My name is Jacob Hodgson. So stay tuned for more videos. If you're interested in WordPress and you like this kind of stuff, this makes it really fun for me. So any comments or suggestions, or if you'd like to learn anything specific, I'm not like a super coder or anything, but if you're looking to build a website or you're looking to learn how to use WordPress, I may be able to help you with some basic stuff. You know, once we really start getting into graphics and Photoshop and editing the CSS is when it really starts to get fun. So look forward to everybody's comments, and stay tuned for more interesting videos. Thanks.